Welcome to our next edition of our Foundation Speaker Series. My name is Michelle Warofka. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Miss Alexa Sullivan. With over 15 years of experience in the banking industry, Alexa brings enormous knowledge and experience to the Univest Financial Corporation. As their Salesforce and nCino training and support specialist, which is the world's #1 customer relationship management system, Alexa is responsible for developing training materials and programs, as well as delivering first-class customer service and solution support throughout their network of 50+ offices. Alexa and I have known each other for a few years, which I'm so thrilled to be sitting with her here today, as she is actively involved in our summer program, Pennsylvania Free Enterprise Week as well. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So thank you so much for joining me today, Alexa.
Thanks, Michelle, for having me, and thanks for the great introduction, too.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks again for taking the time to do this. Now, let's jump right into it. Can you tell us a little bit more about Univest Financial Corporation, the services they provide, and your very important role?
Sure, absolutely. So Univest is a community-based financial corporation. They've been headquartered in Souderton, Pennsylvania since 1876. We provide a full range of financial solutions for individuals, businesses, municipalities, nonprofits in the Mid-Atlantic region. So my role is training and supporting over 600 employees on our Salesforce platform. I work very closely with our development team to help roll out the new programs, create training materials, and also ensure the understanding for our targeted user base as well.
Fantastic. Wow. Now, what is it, you do a lot of different things, obviously, but what is it that you enjoy most about your job?
So as you can imagine, I'm a people person. So social butterfly since kindergarten, no shocker, love to work with people. I love teaching people and helping them learn new tools that will enable them not only to do their jobs faster, but easier and frankly better. So seeing the excitement on the face of a new hire on how intuitive and awesome Salesforce is, well, that's kind of what drives me to want to keep learning about it. So there's always something new to learn, and in return, I'm able to share this knowledge with our bankers and help them to understand this amazing platform.
Awesome. And I can see the passion that you have there. Oh, it's wonderful. Great. Now, Alexa, did you always know that you wanted to go into the banking industry? I mean, when did you know that this was the career path that you wanted to pursue?
So no, I had no real idea that I ever wanted to be in this industry. Loved to count money as a kid. That was a favorite, absolutely. But I always wanted to be a teacher, and in many ways I am today. So I've held a lot of positions within the banking industry, and the one characteristic of a true banker is the ability to build a relationship, not just with a customer, but also with your colleagues and then with other people in the community. I've always enjoyed coaching and developing my colleagues and helping them to see success. So my present role enhances my colleagues' success rate, and this is why I get out of bed every day. And I figured it out about 15 years ago.
Fantastic, good. Now, can you kind of take us back and walk us through your educational pathway that led you to where you are?
Sure. I am a proud graduate of the University of Pittsburgh. I have a BS in Business Administration, and I also have a certificate in International Business. After I graduated, I decided to go on a new adventure to Tucson, Arizona. So my network was slim out there, but I utilized my family to help land my first interview with a bank inside a grocery store. So I will never forget that first interview. I was told the expectation of me would be cheeks in seats. And that phrase has never left me. So everyone that I've ever worked with over the years knows that that's one of my favorite phrases. My degree in marketing gave me the ability to market myself to my customers, help build those relationships. And then the international business program enabled me to embrace all backgrounds and understand how the rest of the world does business.
Wow, fantastic. I love that phrase. That's great. Now, somebody who might be looking to go into this career path, this career field, this industry, how can they stand out from the rest?
Sure. Honest relationship building is the key. dedication, persistence. Sometimes your voice is needed in order for the customer to be heard. So as long as you're willing to stand up and be that voice, build a relationship, I think that's the best way to stand out.
Yeah. And how about some tips or some advice, that you could not only share with our viewers, but maybe even share with us what some of the best advice you've ever received?
Sure. Soon after I started with Univest, the woman that hired me decided to accept a position in a different area of the bank. I really enjoyed working with her. She had to sell herself in that interview just as much as I had to sell myself to her. And I was super sad to see her move on. But something she said to me has resonated with me ever since and has motivated me through all these years. And she said, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy to say I'm finally working with her again. So I'm very excited to be with her. And throughout this entire pandemic, she's been an incredible person. So, yeah.
So perhaps maybe some advice would be to find that a mentor.
A mentor, not only that, but just know that you have to get outside your box. Just because you're comfortable there doesn't mean you should stay there, because nothing grows inside that. You're constrained, you're constricted.
Right. Great advice. Yeah. Now, what impresses you, Alexa, when you're considering hiring someone? They're in there for that big interview. What impresses you most?
So I look for confidence, drive for success, and they must be personable and be able to mask some of those fears during the interview. Everyone's nervous, but how does that person handle those nerves? In addition, I enjoy the thank you after the interview. A simple thank you email can go such a long way, and it gives me a sample of their writing. So can't beat that.
Right. A simple thank you, and perhaps a nice firm handshake after the interview as well. It all makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And now for our viewers that are watching here, who are perhaps, maybe sophomores, juniors, seniors, starting to think about life after high school, maybe aren't quite sure what they want to do, which, they're still trying to figure it out. But any final, maybe tips or advice for our viewers that will prepare them for success, regardless of what career path they may choose to take?
Sure. So my tip would be how one uses social media today. Just because you delete it doesn't mean the cloud deletes it. Use your social media to stay connected to those that help you prosper and grow in life. Use it as a networking tool. Every teacher, professor, and/or classmate that you come into contact with could potentially have a major impact on your life. You don't know when that time will come. So embrace the connections and just know you just don't know when they're going to come in handy.
Wonderful. Awesome. Now, before I let you go here, I have one more question for you. And I mentioned earlier that you've been actively involved in one of our programs, Pennsylvania Free Enterprise Week, and have served as a judge for one of our student competitions now for many years, which is always exciting. Mm-hmm. But tell us, Alexa, tell our viewers, why is PFEW so important to you that you take time away from your family and work to join us, and why you feel it's so important for young people to consider participating?
Sure. I love witnessing the moment that the students realize how much they've grown in such a short amount of time. And the challenges that they overcame and the lessons that they've learned, they're just so impactful. It's inspiring, and I get a lot out of coming up to see you guys. I just wish every student would get the opportunity.
Yeah, same here. I know. And we certainly appreciate you, taking the time to join us each, summer for several years now, and getting to see the magic, as we call it, of PFEW take place. So thank you so much for your commitment to our foundation and everything that you do for us. And thank you so much for joining me here today, Alexa. I certainly do appreciate it. And I know for sure that your story and advice and tips shared today are sure to energize, motivate, and inspire our viewers. So thank you.
Thanks, Michelle. Thank you for the opportunity to participate and stay connected with you guys. Not only you, but the entire staff at PFEW, and also for bringing all these inspiring stories to our Pennsylvania students.
It's our pleasure. Thank you again for taking part. And finally, if you have any follow-up questions for Alexa, or if you'd like to connect with her directly, her contact information will follow at the conclusion. Thanks everyone for watching.